of the most immediate things you need to look for is what we call directional orientation, which is essentially where her body is pointing when she's in a group. It's very common for people to engage in polite conversation with whoever is closest. What if you notice that her feet, her knees, and her torso are all suddenly angled toward you, even if she is technically talking to someone else? That's a massive subconscious signal. In psychology, this is known as the neighbor rule, when the belly button acts as a compass for interest. If she's facing you directly, she's giving you her full energetic presence, signaling that you're the most important person in her immediate field of vision. It's a biological way of saying that her focus is locked onto you, and it's a sign that she is highly receptive to whatever you do next. You also have to pay close attention to micro gestures involving the neck and collarbone area, which are deeply tied to vulnerability and attraction. When a woman feels a sense of chemistry or excitement, she'll often subconsciously expose her neck, perhaps by tilting her head to one side or running her fingers along her throat. This is a primal evolutionary behavior. The neck is one of the most vulnerable parts of the human body, and exposing it's a sign of immense trust and comfort. It's her subconscious telling you that she feels safe enough in your presence to lower her guard. If you see her doing this while making eye contact, she isn't just being casual. She's essentially opening up her emotional defenses and inviting you to see a more intimate side of her. Another heavy hitter in the world of nonverbal communication is intentional mirroring, or what we call praxis. In clinical terms, this happens when she starts to subconsciously match your physical tempo, your posture, or even the way you use your hands when you speak. If you lean back and she follows suit, or if you take a sip of your drink and she does the same a few seconds later, she's attempting to build a rhythmic connection with you. This isn't a conscious trick. She's playing. It's her nervous system trying to sync up with yours to create a sense of shared reality. When two people are in sync like this, it creates a powerful psychological loop of rapport that makes any interaction feel much more innocent and naturally flirtatious. We also need to discuss the eye-to-lip gaze pattern, which is one of the most explicit yet subtle indicators of romantic interest. Most people communicate through eye contact alone, but when someone finds you attractive, their gaze will often wander from your eyes down to your mouth and then back up again. This is a triangular gaze pattern, and it's a massive indicator that her brain is moving from social processing to romantic or physical processing. She is essentially scanning your features and subconsciously simulating intimacy. If you catch her doing this, don't ignore it. It's a clear sign that her attraction has moved past a mere friendship and is entering a much more charged, flirtatious territory that demands your attention. You need to watch for displacement behaviors that occur when she's experiencing high levels of psychological arousal, and I don't just mean sexual arousal, I mean the general excitement of being near someone she likes. If she's playing with her hair, adjusting her jewelry, or even just smoothing out her clothes repeatedly, she is likely dealing with a spike in dopamine and adrenaline. These tiny repetitive motions are a way for her body to discharge the nervous energy that comes from feeling the butterflies. Instead of seeing this as her being fidgety or distracted, look at it as a sign of tension. The more she does these little things, the more it suggests that your presence is actually affecting her physically, creating a level of excitement that she's struggling to keep under control. Realizing these signs changes the game. Like and subscribe so you don't miss the next level of social intelligence. One of the most telling signs of deep attraction is the pupillary response, which is a purely biological reaction that she can't control no matter how much she tries to act cool. When we look at someone we find highly attractive or stimulating, our brain releases dopamine, which triggers the automatic nervous system to dilate our pupils. This isn't just a tiny change, it's a visible widening of the black part of the eye that signals intense interest and arousal. If you notice her eyes look darker or more open when she's looking at you, it's a psychological green light. In a social setting, you can't fake this. It's her body's way of trying to take in as much visual information about you as possible, because her brain is essentially telling her that you're a high value stimulus. You also need to pay attention to how she handles her personal space bubble, specifically through a concept known as a proxemic encroachment. In a normal social interaction, people maintain a respectful distance to ensure comfort. However, if she finds you attractive, she'll subconsciously find reasons to breach that boundary. This might look like leaning in closer to hear you better, even in a quiet room, or letting her arm brush against yours while you're walking or sitting. These aren't accidental bumps, they're test touches as she's gauging your reaction to her physical presence. If she moves into your space and doesn't immediately recoil when you respond, she is essentially inviting you to close the gap even further, signaling a high level of comfort and desire.